Fema Afrani Premier Rural Bank PLC contestant no wayade pa. Finally, our numbers 020-998-1738. Website www.thepremierbank.com. Email info@thepremierbank.com. Now my verdict. Until further notice, Afrani Premier Rural Bank PLC the best rural bank in Ghana. Congratulations. Afrani Premier Rural Bank PLC. Growing together.
Gala a weekend night. Jawunya weekend vibe. Open papa in Upnashim. Jawunya Jagafo. Jana Bemo. Jagafo. What's my name? Jagafo. Because Jawunya Jagafo. Jagafo. Because Jagafo bites.
And you're more painful about money benefit. And I'll be on your fear do what you say. Getting cut to every 5 jatum.
I've been a rice for my lover, off for my mama, off for my papa, my brother, my sister, your friend.
I've been a rice. Yeah. I've been a rice. There are many 10 years from home. And each corner. I've been a rice. I've been a rice. I've been a rice. I've been a rice. Fried rice and I've been a rice. Rice water. I've been a rice. I've been a rice. I've been a rice.
I've been a rice. Emidian kwa. FDA ajejadien kratwe yatum.
Bohobiu. Wetie fia no pa akosi awia bohobiu ensemo a esisi Ghana ha sei ye no bonka tade baye na esisi miamia ya esese ye timu na wusa ne esi akwakosie bohobiu enu ni dwumadi a ye tena se ewo HELLO101.5 FM edwada eni ukuada bia enu no ngotwe kase bonachi ekosi nondu ebra Samson Kwame Nyameche chef waginedwa no de ebrewo bohobiu eyamanyosemu dwumadi a eboa ma oti Ghana manyosemu asepa bohobiu ye boho amwati ase no wu ne ekoso Ghana se ne be ya wu si gina wu be wu se ne obesi afa bohobiu omanchechire ye nya ba akofo asem ye nyina yasem enunti ena me se edwoda
Hello 101.5 FM.
Yeah, music.
Here we go.
It's got more music. Get what you want.
Yeah.
641-50.
Bohobio is fun. Bohobio is on Hello FM. Bohobio Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. on Hello FM with your host, Samson Kwame Nyameche. Let's talk politics. Bohobio Monday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. on Hello FM with Samson Kwame Nyameche.
Bohobium ebusian penyufo atnase simanu num apa na woche ho ma yenton ade kakra bi wi a commanding commander ene abedwafo atnase na yabon komanyumwe Jagafo Bites eyensa Tabia Company Limited for na ye Jagafo Bites no yankasa ye nubren ene ye di afefa emfidimu aye Jagafo Bites omanfo se yensa omanfo se ye dru ni mi nyina ye esan se yensa esan so etu ho yade ema ahoto aidimu eba Jagafo Bites no wow sisi ye ya obi krantimi ntinase obi ntumi nyina ho obi ntumi nkoto wo saafo no ena Jagafo Bites no bitimi edi aboa wo ama sisi ade efru so be ma sisi a no awi brunese premature ejaculation yade di enden so bia mpe premature ejaculation tete wa ubehia Jagafo Bites ena bitimi aboa ama otimi adwuma ni yi afi wa koko hawadwen pa uyembo mu a ensempi afi oba posome so a oti yaw ewo fichikromu wate nka teko wontumi ndidia ubehia Jagafo Bites mesrew maybe eton sa kromu ha ba biada obo Jagafo Bites a yebeyibi ama unyenya 18 years a wonka ho wafefra wonka ho o ma baby no fra wonsoso wonka ho misro wo no mu a eya no nka kra buni say drink responsibly ebusia Special Ice Company Limited enso so ebwao na chese wanya nsupanom Special Ice mineral water ya wasashi ene wontoamu ebudwa so ba biada yebu nsudia na ye ka Special ice mineral water. There was sachet you want to nkuma den temu any akese. Afi there was special drinks and so and there was special energy drink, special fine time, special apple, cola, grape, cocktail, tangerine, and the akanyina. Na the etienne say Kuchim Kranza or was a quenya so and abenya specialized mineral water, bubo and special drinks. A Honsubenya be a 2 aqua tom. With me a first specialized company a 0503 0501 301228 0501 301228. Now the special penufakasa. Now your brain will be the most see the commanding commander and the for Bohobium what it was so.
The outcome of the trial having culminated into a conviction and sentencing. Yes, under normal circumstances, one would have thought that at least once a person is charged with assignment of mineral rights without authorization, it was tried that the Lands Act clearly defines what assignment is. An assignment is by way of a written instrument, and if there was none throughout the trial, and that a person could be convicted and sentenced on sale, then it's really a worrying trend. And what can we do except to consult our clients and fashion out the way forward, and it will certainly come out. Mining Act doesn't talk of assignment. It talks in terms of assignment. There's specific legislation that regulates the conduct of land transactions. It's the Lands Act of 2020 Act 1036. It regulates the conduct of land transactions. So if you want to really understand what assignment means as far as land transactions are concerned, then you have to go to the Lands Act. And clearly the Lands Act talks of assignment to be a written instrument, but we did not see it. And said clearly, once he has been convicted on assignment without mineral right authorization, it's clearly mind-boggling, and I am not comfortable with the set.
I said you may have 20 years. 20 years when you crank on your dear Kuno, yes, but you any man the cry. I said, you probably ever said Papa no children and then the poor will. I'm
Frankly speaking, it has not been easy on me. Me standing here, you can see that I'm shaking. It has not been easy on me. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't have any background concerning issue of lawyer and anything of legal issues. So I just put that on hold. What we have is that our people are talking about it. We have leadership. I'm part of the leadership, but we have those who know much. I think they will deal with the issue at the appropriate time. And the government should look at it again. We are all politicians, and we are all human beings. We can err somewhere along the line. So they should also look at it at that point. And I know, inshallah, things are going to be well with him.
He deserved that. Almighty Lusa. That is all I want to say. He has been such a as some said also. I don't know, 2 decades. We don't know what it is. Sales count to normal say abono. You say lawyers and they say yes, sanity. In Timania, who is a political witch hunt. They say one to me has been surcharged for nothing. Name is for more young group a usual. My constituency, they were there just recently. Coco Galamse Amoye. So Galamse no be a usual or they say excavators or Kumo. Intimate Bessa, I say, hey, yeah. I don't want to answer my can be I am Bessa.
She's a rich girl, she don't try to hide it. Diamonds on
Hello FM.
He's a poor boy.
Hello FM.
Empty as a pocket, empty as a pocket with nothing.
Hello FM.
Sing ta-na-na, ta-na-na.
Hello FM.
Diamonds on the soles of the shoes. Ta-na-na.
Hello FM.
She put diamonds on the soles of the shoes. Diamonds on the soles.
Now what you about Pawusi Mane do? It's Monday, July 20th, 2026. In the studio this evening for discussion, Honorable Frank Edusi Puku, former MC Esunafu South. Also in appearance, name Mayor Jackson Darren Pra. He's a member of the NDC's communications team. Mr. Iyadon Boachi, educationist, political analyst, already seated. Then may young commono eye baku pe baku nefa.
people say she's crazy.
Chairman won't to me, minim say what na wouldn't say ya jailing to 20 years.
Well, that's one way to live.
Now, Chairman won't to me the charge and saying yes, so acquire illegal mining. And into your neck, Criminal Court 4, Division of the High Court, Justice Audrey Kokuvi Tay, a convicted Chairman Muntumi on all 6 counts. Not just a quadrusia. Yeah, the board Chairman Muntumi no. Judge Niche say we didn't know for.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Samsung Court no sign fine Chairman to be 10,000 penalty units.
We're talking about diamonds on the soles of the shoe.
The company contaminating so you are fining of 15,000 penalty units. Anyway, we walk through the case. And paying for home do madrin be bana yahwe. Baby I won't so be a misro. Case way make us a first of its kind in the Republic of Ghana. Say ni pakese a ya che ne fa galamse nsensem ho na eni judge chese won ko na won ko dem fie no aduo no. Now, Semi Baye, Senior Bruni Beckham matters arising. The Republic versus Chairman Bernard and Chibuesiaku, Chairman Wuntumi, convicted on all 6 counts. Now, Yeka say, Nippon in the court and pay. Yewa Pa Graves Dankwa. What you say indeed, yes, Chairman Wuntumi Sabi, the Omidene Consawan prison. The minority in Ghana's parliament, Ayera Osahine Alexander Fenyoma Kineda Anunu, Womo Ababon Tentempa. Now, Omoche said, Chairman Wuntumia, and they Yajeli no. Womone court in Yadre, Womone judge in Yadre. The same Wunti says, I mean, everybody. One woman lawyer. Now, Kuma Mufisa and Kubet me to charge a lawyer attaching someone. And the lawyer truck the command. The Accra High Court say, Bibin 20 court. Intinka Nanka Bayanka judgment dino. Anka yen defer judgment no. Na yen chunko yenim dafufro. Na eno judge nenti. Eno mo trust so here 1992 Constitution Article 19 2G. Omo sign site here at Chachu Chikata in 2008. Accra High Court jailing man ko dance when Edika Sam say would be court. No on one kuma lawyer who feels so big to me to charge no. Into our funny so much change and so on can now Mukasa said Muntun Shada Omocha say Yeru Chatuchikata in 2016 or court of appeal could this and couldn't Omo sign cat also say Oman Penny yes watch a year round to me. They won't per se Ubia Usan Pagalam Saint Tokano Kodia. Obi bia galamse ntokwa no fa no ho no ono so monche no na moni ndi omobo honorable Joseph Yamindin ena omobo abanga susudin say ndey say yede wuntumi akone yede ne koto afiase de a yedim say abanga ena honorable Joseph Yamin special prosecutor hwe omunsemu woni yoko enti womo so de na kosi sen enu anso ana na manyoko MPP the new patriotic party enso ba bonten de krata ba yewra Justin Kobia from Port no kwado o address a press conference na this small kan nyina ne say ene omo bosi no say uchi chairman Wuntumi na wo jeli ni 20 years a enye sebo if say anti galamse ntokwa no o say ekona efa ba bia ebinim nkoye na ebinim so nkokọ ho afiase we ensusu ya yewra Justin Kobia from Port reactions the doorso baby awo bia na anwumi mamente wo so nka say ene Ghana galamse na twa ho ahye nya ye koso pa an galamse no koso dikadika santimantemu ukofra mantemu ukosiremu baby aga Ghana galamse ne koso Enti ene yi ya de chairman wuntumi ko na akadiaka. What happens next? 0265170336. Epacho baby a wo bia wo de mane mi a beje bread ya kenkan. We are live on Facebook. And me so join live feed no. Na fa won sem no to ho mame. Na ene nyumre en sem amode mane mi nyina no. So mama ebu nsuso eni akire. Mempe any commenter overboard. Sensitive comments are welcome. Controversial comments are welcome. But disrespectful and comments overboard no. So any day they are not welcome. All right, Mr. Boachi, you mama nchiao.
Commander me Joso.
Where there?
Oh, nyame adom ye hoye.
Okay.
Say wake up ya na intimi enhia. Nyame adom so aba awiye no.
All work and no play make a child a door boy. No see di agro kakra.
No kra be breaki ye 1 month me ye de home. Nyame adom so
ye di agro. Na ye kinya ye ho. Na ye de hwe ye nim na ye koye nim. Ana de asema ba. Na preka se obe no atena se amame. Na yahwe ene Hawa court ne shase anopai 9:23 am. Na Justice Audrey Kokuvite chese watena na dwamu a wa shase ebubo bone nsam so kwadu e de aboche ma wontumi na odi kwadu no egu akwam na okeka ne nsam oche courtroom ha na ogusu na okasa na aloya for be mienu omo describe omo as friends of the court. And so ko bia say you no or your first time offender onye boni bia onko prison da nti court no hwe na nka court no hunu mobo judge ni titi ni nyina na judge ni titi ni nyina wiye no ena o se wate na mum so hwe 1992 constitution na o hwe case ne da nanim ni kwadu ye de abo yewura wuntumi a wo buanofo ewo kwadu nsia na ye de abo ni nyina na onko fie na onko afiase na onko da mefie no aduonu sabra me kasa chema wontumi time na oba quarter no pay oni pa Graves Dankwa of the MPP ena eba ya na oba no utumi say na ubi ekoko anima or confidence na chema or confidence enti wahye ne yellow and blue, yes, yellow and blue agbada and a paragraphs and he didn't change one suit, black suit. Now that yes, Hannah was here free the Kemwa chairman to 29 era Accra High Court. That's 4th division of the Accra High Court, criminal court. And Yana chairman Irem on a paragraphs. Not just a Bibiano was on point. Na or a confident. Anani kusuko jokrum say free chairman won't to me now. Inti hano na chairman remu anisa chairman remu na sinam dia to anima wonsu nim no. Ekori ase na dia ba na aba no. Enti mizabo achi hase emra wo kasa nyina no na dia etwagu su Facebook no su twagu. Se ne nema won fodu at the Accra High Court. Emra chairman entwibu asiako oba oni paragraphs boachi dankwa ne bae dem so okono enye oni ne koe eye nsem bibiri patro yen shase
commander me da ase amenfa ofidi kesi so na men so menfa congratulatory message MSP for lifting the wake up yesterday omo ya de nyame enhira omo ewe ase enipa bia wo ye bibi na determine say obeyire ho be ya nyame so beboa atobusupa agu o effort no so na watimi enya nkunimdie rofo no agro no munyina hu se omo na hu se agro no omunim dipa free so omo ya ase nyina kosisi ebe ya omo ade kruwa no ekofie nti ebe omo abaso nyame nhira omo afi Commander ma menchia mpanimfuo bi a yete ye honka achenti entimi ni wo mu eni nkobo na entimi nya opportunity enchia wo mu di kano ani die kwa so yɛde nhyira ɛbɛbɔ awuram ɛwɔ ahemfie na ebi akɔ pemso ɛne n'atena nkonwa deɛ ɛtɔ so nso so mmea me kurom mkurom ya mo ase ehene na naboachi yadom ɔno nso n'atena nkonwa ma menkyia wɔ mo ɛna wa unipa w1 class 1 Samuel Ado ɔno nso so ɛwɔ me kurom ya mo ase na mmea me wɔfa Uncle Samuel Hayford Amankwa ɔno nso so yɛte ne nka akyɛnti ɛnɛ otie yɛ nti yɛkyia no.
Mr. Boachi Kasano, you can join us live on Facebook. Now, the way near my 40 in court and then Ichagu and also so what me ama when he who the way near Mattia. Now, time of the chairman want to be record the media mirror with pa.
Commander,
how the mirror
way and your first time one obi or ye highly politically connected, you know. Ya jelly bia, ya don't know echo. Make I say. MPP eba around 2001 na yede kwampe prana Victor Solomon say BBC ya edo mu kokoko to the last day Jerry omo no yedo mo sheka mu na aye esu ene awraho enye no nko ato esienom ene NCA cases no kra de enche bia the last nanado di omo nyina didi omo asmedo omo sheka mu say ya nana etie mpanimfo pi akoko court ebi de ye causing financial loss to the state ebi de ye other offenses no ni ade but ene de opani de no omo say illegal mining ene eho nsensem ye nyina illegal mining obi ani ho a ope galamse hu asem ne hu nkomo ye die but na enim se emre bi beba ama ya hwe eno ho e de opani kase bi akọ e friend say efiase nanso ene ya witness bi I'm tempted to believe say ebe ko ni say ya na nka wonuma abayin sabe so wo mu e illegal activities wo mu nyina say wudi viedu asem na wudi fo a asotwe ese ne fata wo ye de bema wo se ya de ya ene nka e bia o man no ene ye nsuwa no e bia nka e benya ahoto kakra se aye nkonko ba se e bia eye politics bi kakra bi e katachire de ya na se ne kwa so anu a commander menye lawyer wa hu enti nsem no me kirekire mu ko na se e bia e bi ho na me chia enya lawyer bia na atretene asem no se e court a che kakra. Yeah, about 6 counts. And yadigu akonta mining eso. Say Bernard Entwibu esi akoche my untumi. First count and say assigning mineral rights without ministerial approval. And she say unya kwan say obetu sika kokko wa bra na Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources no. Emma ehon ekwan. That is according to the court and according to the judge. That's the first count. Then fourth count, purposefully facilitating unlawful mining activities. That's just what said that abo ni trimu se obetu sika kokko ewo kwanya yenyintum eso. And also so baakun enono. Akonta mining na mu nso so yeso nso so se waye de waye ni assigning mineral right without ministerial approval. Omo so omo anya kwan atie sikwaye mu ekotu sika kokko a eno nso ministry no amfa ama omo mra omo ye sa adwuma no. Then purposefully facilitating unlawful mining activities. The same thing omo de bo to be bia na akonta mining so ye de bo no because enipa no na adwuma no ye ne dia ena adwuma na mu no so enipa bi wo ho a omo eye enti ni mienu ni nyina nka ahwe mu dia nka ye 40 years 40 years wait 20 years wait 20 years but ya na court asem no it runs broni be kan say concurrently we corner we
and it will depend on the judgment.
To who serve
and then you run concurrently.
According to this one,
this one they to run concurrently.
We want some America. According to this one, they be run concurrently. Unco for 10 years. And prison year no so. And this say a normal year of 12 months no. I think said no so take kakra.
But still 20 years.
1 year be about 9 months.
Yeah, 2026.
And say we check here.
2046.
And American say, oh, 20 years, pepe, because a prison year be 9 months. Prison year be 9 months. Enti ubenya 9 months na sa 20. What the 9 months?
9 months it 20. Say na for mu.
Enti 9 months 20 no. Now what's hard they divided 12. Ubenya ubehu years.
Enti we could divide in pachu nya say.
Me de menya weke.
Okay.
9.
Enya pachu weke mai on the formula na ba weke mai.
9 times 12. 9 times 20. 9 times 20 divided by 12. Nti mo amotemas na monya maye 9 times 20 divided by 12 nti de ewo mu no se sia ye gina ha de commander yentumi enka se obi ayemfum so ana obi anyemfum so because yen emra no kra na yen heda entiase yi nti de betimi aka na se oman Ghana a democratic country se obi enyasem court na se court ana judge no etra ehwe ni nimdie the judges judge cases according to their conscience and according to lay down procedure and according to the law. And it is all we all agree say judge no ehwe constitution no any mineral art no and wahwe so and odi adinasem say obi wo ho no ya aggrieved ana onti ase de ya eba ni say ya. We all believe that the best thing to do is to make appeal at the appeals court.
Hello FM.
If you say enu mombe far better, say u free say judgment no justice Kokuvi Tai ede eba ye no so nti ase a I think the best place here appeals court. Na by ya na de ye unfortunately wo mu ne say sasem no mpo say lawyers be kwa appeal court akọ ya appeal kra na ya the sentence na ma wo ne de upo umpo afiase ho obeye dai obekọ so na bi da na obi test bi nti no de we dai abekọ nti until say appeal bi be ba eniema betimi asesa no o be wo ho a emra o nkrofo eye appeal no na onse commander asem we no ase no na untumi lawyer na atin say lawyer ye owo konongo former MP konongo ho no former MP konongo ho so obetimi aka
and the
apia kubi na oye lawyer no and later on I think say or no rescue excuse ne ho na lawyer attaching so be so asem kro na emu but I don't know what happened there ne lawyer attaching asre kwan say bibi nti ontimi en court. I don't know if na say no or pray knowledge said na sentence never bows at you because according to the judge no womo lawyers no changing hands near the ade na womo esre kwan mo ye kwan ne enko study case near the ade no was no anu womo ye ni nyina no they were using it to buy time na ayese womo pese womo delay judgment nti se ne wo ye nipa no lawyer na wu ni hu ono de obua na se minim said the lawyers no ebesi ehu ye no enti pe the commander okay does it mean say na untumi na kasa man ho ehu
na untumi an kasa o
na hwan mo na defend no
ene a judgment day
ene obia the lawyers obia
ene a judgment day nti ene judge na be kasa
nti judge no kwa na kasa
judge ne kasa wi ye no ana se judge ne kasa no yesi afre bibi friends of the court
aye me say judges lawyers be kwa kasa
omo nye defense with defense counsel or defense
counsel
omo ye or say
and now omo lawyers so for the state
the lawyer describe himself as a law abiding citizen or see case he shall say there be oba trial oba court ebiti nsensem ekoso ewo case mu na chairman wontumi ayobi awaware wono na hwe abusua enti obesre as a friend of the court the judge should temper justice with mercy ene asema lawyer would kind sorry you know another lawyer also sorry and also can say also a friend of the court. He also appealed for leniency.
A friend of the court. I know. Commander, I could Greek my friend amicus curiae.
Okay.
A friend of the court.
Arguing say chairman to me wo businesses bibiri. Wafufa nipa bibiri. Moye adwuma de manu. Enti so kode fiase a be ha adwene ne nyuma no betimi aye basa nipa ye nyuma wo no betimi akotena fie de unemployment rate ni ade beba. Enti two lawyers as friends of the court and submitted one more opinion to the court.
Okay.
But at last judge made his ruling.
Okay. Enti na say emi omo de no kula no. Now, it wasn't a defense per se, but it was a plea to the court and to the judge. Thank you, be a better justice with mercy. But one here, and on a day, I can say, and they say, the commander, the Dawa, one more to me, and Crawford, and don't bet me, I am and say, Bequaco appeal. And no part the Aka in court to Dawa Budi. The politicians ne omo call for press conferences I can send nupi but the obe can be ano uwi a uko fie na sabe wa ko di oyire duane na de ono so eko nsanwo mu so ono nko a e na eko oya de anyo no na eko nti press conference upon press conference political talks ono firi ne eko edie ya beti bebre omo ade we be compare in fact panifom P under this current 1992 fourth Republican Constitution dispensation but commander obi a oye pani pa say oye party regional chairman there as a minyan hunubi and a minyan TV well former ministers nominate the ade sano there but obi a party no we neck deep in the party politics no as a regional chairman and national chairman no there as a minyan sheda enti bi nti obi wo na amaye enhweso eno enti for now there they betimi aka ne say yamabusuafo sorry but whatever be the case no Ghana mra na aye na adwuma enti de ebeka ne say entiasie ebi anywhere the best place to go is the appeals court and not to make any other offensive statements ya anhwe ya wonso awugina nchen no anhwe ya akoka bibi ama akoye say o kasa etia court de emeka ne say unia wo eho asem bia aka appeals court kwada ho ubetimi akọ no akoya appeal
that's it me da se sabra ye kasa yi no wotwa ba pa wonsima no aduasa enum na chese yura yi adomboache waye be 15 minutes nsa yenko yanime sabre Frank Edusi Puku miame Frankie aba na enen mitimi say his cheeks are pregnant with words and statements into obokuta kutekita mejidi se 1992 constitution and the notebooks ne nkratan bibiri and the pen watro na Frank Akwaba
because bro
na ho ye de
na me adom number chom so
I say woni wo form
in the ball for me because commander DSC even utambo crown we say BBC so we there you know we are perform ne
and media no the other bamba so no nti wabade a yen shase na yenka or say please this one is political prisoner pa we if Labi Williams awa tunsu ho on the odi aba no na as a Frank bebem na ono so de na no December ba no yebese akọ back time a chema won to me eba court ne time yɛde ne hyɛ kaa mu akɔ nsawam ne ade ne nyinaa no na wama achiefo nso so ahu na sabe a yɛkɔ yɛ anim no Don Seto say your friend Dixon Kwame Afre. Okay, I say on Monday, Don Seto na di we aba. I say on Monday, 28 April 2023, Dixon Kwame Afre, Justice, sentenced Honorable Kwame Pepra, former finance minister, to 4 years imprisonment in the quality grain case. Honorable Ibrahim Adam, former food and agricultural minister, sentenced to 2 years. George Sipayanke, minister, Director of Legal, Private and Financial Institutions of the Ministry of Finance, was also jailed 2 years. And Musa Agwangwalu say, I'm so sad for Chairman Wuntumi. I now understand it's not only money that makes a successful person, but good morals and ethics. Ordinary kwesi, ordinary nyabutre me enmei. Wow, they near be an worship baby ano nyadi amekan into adeno in as much as only dine in your your words you chose were not right. Frank Wamisha Sinfi, Mammy Trust with you.
Commander, before Frank Bebamono, ne calculations be say prison terms said the name no one, so no the Bayer Jumadia 9 times 20 divided by 12. Me work in 15 years.
All right, me producer also work on also 15 years.
Okay,
only me producer, you know, directors of prison.
And you know correct.
Inti no mean how our prison fund be calculated the 15 years.
And text message no so buy no. Then ni pano bobo politicians be a jail or mother. How many questions no was about a chairman of a party? Other regional or national chairman, no na minya ehunu bi ministers said the obobon they said they are TV
so far in the history of the Fourth Republic omo makoy fias na ya na dodo na ye aswafo ne frontline government officials we a party official
national chairman na regional chairman
na oye adwuma ma ban no oye adwuma ma party na oye minister for economics, minister for finance and what they call quality grain. Honorable Ibrahim Adam no agricultural minister it say na Ukano Sipayanke no adwuma finance ministry as director of legal and financial institutions one also called 2 years and 31st for be sharia ite no kwado mti sharia ite no anka na nakuna du ne de no na ankon conclude ni adal Frank
commander edika no ma mencha ne oti for enanyume na egidi ese nyame adomo bi ahoye na fenso mencha kruwa otekokoso ya na utumfo se tutu the second na edincha ni biama ya maami awaba ya brewa ana asante ma ya chiano ene jumadi bi akoso high court afayura Wuntumi anamobia court no jidise wotua ebumra ana itiamra anintino ya sentence no say yemfa no kotum fiaduo no 20 years edikai no yenyina yera ho nanso commander no kure ni me nya me ho hwe sa issue ya I say
about were you anticipating 20 years?
No, me say here nyina Robenya me be children tell nyam nwa no me ba. Commander ban we buy Kamia say there are certain individuals that target to say kwambia so be chom ana omdo to be chiro bibi. Na me disipo gre ya me kan sa asem we say Commander me support an MPP as a political party doesn't support to be obey adiaye. Say udonza kobo abayin sikam. Na say ukudi insamonia itia Ghana mamra. MPP as a party.
Me can't to say that Ashanti Regional Caucus of the MPP make a minority in parliament, make the party led by Justin Kubi as the CEO. The Ashanti Regional Caucus of the MPP so Edu Emmanuel Twasemu Omoche senior party nakano, senior minority nakano, omufi se Yura Bernard Entwibu Esiakon or a political prisoner na a selective justice. Frank Patrick Twaso.
Yeah, Commander. Iti hwese obi bakwa akodi bone okodi bone esemra no di but commander wo hwe saacha ma want to me try ya na wo hwe ene 56 page judgment document ya reading nyina from A to Z.
I read 56 nyina.
Reading nyina from A to Z.
Okay.
Na okay we na otnasia. Bibia chere say want to me say political prisoner.
Okay, the ruling,
the judgment.
And the facts of the case.
Yes.
And supporting or any
judge no e wo ho kwan say on man judgment. But say you ho kwan say judgment no dey aba no. You interrogate.
Why not?
Ana ko manambo.
Eh no correct.
Wo hwe ensemo a judge no gina so. E dey convict chama wontumi a. Commander me ba be chire mu de ntia me hu ni say chama wontumi is a political prisoner.
Right.
Dedi kai per the judgment na ba bonten no me say me ba na me tie say that doctor can say me and then you know where na judgment na kire say wontumi sabi eye galamsey judgment no it is stated no where say chama wontumi eye galamsey.
Okay.
Enya wontumi na eye galamsey ntini a convict no o hwe counts na you count 1 count 2 count 3 up to 6.
Count 1 and 3 or say relating to unlawful assignment of mineral rights without approval from the minister responsible for lands and natural resources. The court held that the prosecution had established that all the required elements of the offense, not just a hodon judge, jatum say kwedu bofo na se mode baaye bekan on charge 1 and 3 no woji kwedu bofo ne nsem nyina tum.
Na me babe chichi macho one dey dikai me bana boss can say me and I think say baby I had it wrong.
Okay,
count no assigning a land to someone doesn't mean say wo and a wo ye.
Okay,
assigning a land, it's in the Lands Act. Definition is totally different.
Okay,
there should be a written document to that effect. Osha trial na course na witness na prosecutor no e de call ye no there was no written agreement say chama wontumi e de land say e ma asemesi say so nkono nkotu nowhere in the judgment.
And say the court also rejected the defense claim that Henry Okum was only permitted to reclaim degraded portions of the concession and was not involved in mining. Justice Kokuvite said the circumstances surrounding the arrangement showed that mining activities were taking place.
Depacho, Commander.
Yes, sir.
In criminal trial, the prosecutor must prove beyond a reasonable doubt.
Okay. Also, you
can't use a circumstantial evidence to convict someone in this nature. By this nature. The court no use here to convict Chamawun to me no. A circumstantial evidence ono no obi a ono no nya ne se okodi adanse e ma aban no e kan ye. The judge based on the statement of that person. Chere say aban na nka say nya any evidence to show that Chamawun to me nka say tugalamsey. Any judgment in Mubia. It's Mumaya clear on this. One, such amount to be legally of our compassion and a second concession. Two, judgment in a bayano. Any baby such amount to me, I go to Galamsey until you didn't do. Because
yes, sure, the assassin will be a friend Henry Okum.
Medase.
Yes, what the assassin ama ubi. I a friend Mr. Henry. Okum. Pe chama won to me no or the assassin ma Mr. Henry say onko ya reclamation.
Not just amuna wo assassin so no onko kata
so.
Ni akra wo so.
Be dase. Ena pe judge no ni judgment no kire say.
Hello.
Asasam na chama won to me de baye no ote ase a enyeyi. But you see, Commander, we are talking about a criminal trial. And may can assembly Justice former Chief Justice Justice Kosa Emma can assembly in Commissioner of Police versus entry. Meba or say the law is well settled that there is no burden on the accused. If there is any burden at all on the accused, it is not to prove anything.
Okay.
But to raise a reasonable doubt. If the accused can raise only such a reasonable doubt, he must be acquitted.
Okay.
And some of Mujina swing. Sab your mima kamasem. And no be swaka nasem. But judge who says, I need pano dear dance any mumasemono, as a new mum dear offer.
Frank Tiha, judge ne say, Emra Frank Okum, Clancher Court, no say, ye man a quine, say, Babia, yen to two, gold was, yen to go to whole concession, mono. One who bets me, I who Juma, to ho gold, no. Now, what's cano binyano, what they are trusted, they are reclamation of the concession. Was this the same way now? Ye Raheno, Okum kind during cross examination, won't to me lawyers, or man challenge.
Was there a written document to that effect?
Judge Nasmo account.
And I say oral
challenge.
Oral evidence, not the buy. Commander, you see, and I make us a mistake. So be ko di bonia. Obi eni ho a sebio oba begino bi ati so di bone. Ehse ofan hu di ko. But yes, a dangerous precedent bi a. Commander yan hwe ya wo kene bi. Obi betimi di asem abeto so. Ana asem obo obi betimi abedi adanse e. Commander zone ma dey friend adanse krumu.
Adanse krumu.
Obi betimi abedi adanse e. E de atiaw. Ama wan hwe unya jeje on pe wasem a. Obi gina adanse na nipa na die no so. E de bo okumfo.
Unya ba ma ne die a.
This is
niama bebere wu.
Eno ne de ekoso yi. Eno na ye ka se the oma ye no as a chama to me is a political prisoner. As a said that tintina ye pesa papa ne yedinu tum. Mi bisa o commander.
Pacho meet you Frank.
Say black voter. Say the ama Mr. Ibrahim Mama me boa.
Black voter.
Say the ama Mr. Ibrahim Mama.
Black voter gold concession.
Oh gold concession there you know.
Asa ne ye companies me no na wo manyo masem na omuka.
O manyo mo de. What is say wo mu
o manyo masem na omuka. What is Azuma resources.
Yeah, I say oduru me bia wo uni made asem ameke. Me pa cho
company na mabodi di.
Won't say da ma ye de ama Mr. Ibrahim Mama. You represent mama nua. Won't say de ama.
We winning bid.
Oh. Commander men can winning asem. So what to say Mama the Dama mines and many Ibrahim Mama. So say it's a matter of fact.
Minim say Muhammad the man Minister of Lands and Natural Resources.
Read our constitution 256 say the minerals of Ghana is vested in the president.
But a Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. Let's be factual.
No, we are being factual. Ghana pair me pacho. And a tefuti. Commander. Ghana Osha ya mamra 1992 constitution na. Yamfa ya good year say minister ensa. Yes, constitution is a good year nyina e dia se o mampanyinsa me ba tanya sa na constitution ka
mitiori kasa
oh who tie me say ene dia o
kasa se mitio
ena yewra e dia ma da man o dia ma nunu Ibrahim Mama so o man enti pe the president o ma setting ni commander de o mu pa nyina o mu ba kire nyina ne se o kire bi sa ban sesa ba na se bia ye kɔ da man mines concession no so ni ehun say illegal miners ebinum wo ho a o mutu agudie wa asase no so ese Mr. Ibrahim Mama ya chiri ni ejele no.
Okay, enti for the purposes of education
me ba try
Daily Graphic mama he date no April 8 2026 time na 12:57 nipa otro story a friend Timothy Negbe. Now I say Engineers and Planners Company Limited, an indigenous mining services provider, has been selected to take over the operations of diamond mine in the Western region, marking a significant development of local ownership of large-scale mining companies. Also, the tender committee is set up to oversee the bidding and selection process, recommended the granting of diamond mining lease to engineers and planners after the company emerged as the best performer out of 4 local entities that submitted bids.
Menya bids asam na meka me say Ghana ya mamra ne say Ghana ya gudie nyina no ya de ahye omampanyin sa into omampanyin minister na wo ho no minister for lands and forestry no ayo omampanyin na apone ni tumi ni bi ama no ena Ghana mampanyin bi agudie da mines amanu nua Ibrahim ama. It is an established fact. Ada na say commander amamimfu a wo de ne nwanwanwa hu ena de amanu nua Ibrahim ama. Enti de ye omu pese omu kire nyina ne se ochina bi se ye Ibrahim ama tinkran na so obekọ ne concession no so na se bi omrante bi kọ ho na omu kotu agudie kwanbone kwan so a se bi o aban no ho kwan se ye Ibrahim ama ejeli no hwe ko Newmont e wa hafo every day Newmont for chase galamsey from their land, from their concession every day. Commander wa hey obo ase ebi na si ya etuotuto eto ya ebi no mfiri mu no enti baje be se e kire se eye ma omo ho no omo na ka kire omo concession ni omo dia no omo na ka kire mrante na obo ase ni se omo kotu galamsey wo sase no so. That is the logic by this judgment. Article 1912 talks about fair trial. Commander Guy Chajujikata versus the Republic. You're convicted in 2008. A appeal. Even though you're on my Benuku former presidential pardon, what's one chance here? Because we know who say kwanya court no fa so ebu na tan no oni court no nyadwen. To do your man presidential pardon no or appeal judgment no 2016
I remember when Sasem sorry or say on pay presidential pardon no the me kai say me catch him say hey papa yi umpia bontin
oh no
or see there be obe fighting for his name.
Yes,
he was a brave man though.
Yes, because commander says you're more presidential pardoner. Conviction in there, and then there that's what the issue.
And the record no will stand.
Record no will still stand. But say yeah,
but
so no who this say a choir a far so a convicted no say be onya kwampa so woni say ewura chajozu illegal
only chatu nyo bia obedi no betum easily.
The judgment no from the appeal no in 2016 e buy na kire say sebio se wo convict obi na ne lawyer a sebio one no ekọ edi asamoma no na bedru no judge no e be ma judgment abra ne lawyer ni ho na it shouldn't be that way. Me ba jode na say wo huntu bi dey mu huntu mi lawyer no hwan anya atachia me ba tonya atachia na Friday no de letter come the high court say otiane na eji
court na bo aguse wo de wo come anim.
So per the precedent per the judgment about 2016 na kire say bi o sa judgment na buy yem bontumu no commander hefa ne kwa so man hefa ne kwa so man hwe yewura wuntumi a case yi ebe ba ye be mekai on 3 June yawo ana yewura bia friend ni amatafio ni Facebook or your personal assistant to Mpanifo ni bi. I have the screenshot on my phone. He's my friend on Facebook. And wakwatwera to ho say oh per the onu na titi from the Mpanifo ni de yewura chama untumi or we pusa grandma cry be jail no na one way ya the original chairmanship na kan obedi no nsa one prisons. Or twere sa de na na edugita makulu MPSU. One of the legal team members of NDC. I bet you was say delete this. Just one delete you free. That's just idea no. Ni education the mansa.
All right.
Hello.
Timini media me kan nyina ne say. Sabio.
Sa post now okay. I also saw it.
Okay.
I saw it.
Me that's it.
I also remember Edoji Tamaklu comment no. But now me who ni say Edoji can say on delete because comment in the first place was very infantile.
Infantile say.
In nyanse bi anim.
No on the penny na tikem. Eno ni come aposo. Eno wa betwa de. Wo say infantile commander infantile say.
Na nyanse bi anim.
Nyanse bi anim say. Wonim come on the penny ni tikem mo madie. Me you and I were not there.
Ni penny there here.
What you say?
Ni penny mu there.
Ni penny on the nam.
Okay.
And Eduji Abeka say delete this. Or say penny nkoma what ye tie ni de wo hunu no. Yewura wuntumi kwan bia so wipu sagrama kro bejele no.
Okay.
Na wonim say the regional chairmanship no de aka no obedi no so one prison. Anya na ezi. Sana bay. And Eduji Beka chance on delete and delete no nim say o delete ya screenshot it. Media me commander me man say me nyina ne say. Sabi obia etia Ghana mra so a. Esem na ni di. O hwe kwan o mafa so a o ma jeli chama wuntumi a obia oye open minded person bia o read judgment no the full judgment ni wi a obahunu se kwan o mafa so convict chama wuntumi no anya kwampa so na you see commander ya say fight the galamsey me ba jo ye ni anu NDC ba ye wura John Dramani Mahama ba ye no ne nkofu etu galamsey hwan ni ache no Komanda wani ate no. Yewura Mahama na meka nkyere Ghana for say ne manfo tu galamsey ne nkofo tu galamsey. Hwan ate no. Yeni a ena Yewura Joseph Yami ene abanga. Attorney General actually statement come Yoko. Say we establish a premier facie evidence. Commander say you know you can say establish a prima facie evidence e kire say asem no enhwe wom bibi wom enu nti Yoko hwehwe wom nsemu Commander Mbacho di say emro afi what ho asem
there be
Commander Mbacho ye ni ha ena Memphis West as Memphis East NDC constituency chairman ebe ka kire Ghana for say ni DC tu galamsey me ba to yakwaje no
Hello FM.
Commander Mbacho ye ni krom ha ena awu MP ni mfutwa moja gudu se o mutu galamsey o MP ni tu galamsey o mupamo no be ba to commander ya endai ya tino Commander Mbacho last week as last 2 weeks afano southwest as afano southeast yeni a ena DC ni MP enfufre no kwa ahemfie epam wo so o mu sei o mu constituency no mutu galamsey be ba to ya yo mudai Commander ati krom hai wonim se galamsey koso
Frank is 9 o'clock NSC form
wa kase galamsey koso ha Commander wonim
labiti Ghana ha
oh
me kase galamsey nkoso Ghana ha
Commander nka mi wi anu wa
nyame kra mfa me na obo me di wom ne nyame kra mfa
me bo na ka me mfrel
ene ma mo me di wom
me mfrel mo de me
ka wa sem NSC form ma mo me di wom but Ghana ha there from all over the 16 administrative regions binim ba bia into galamsey ba bia
be ba jo galamsey ayetun ha no what ho asem hwan ya che no Yewura Mahama na waka hwan ya che no yeni na for the first time Ghana Water Company ebe ka kire say o mu substation na wo yi ya galamsey insurance ye nkofo tu galamsey wonchai kwa akrokari training college ha ye ntu galamsey wonchai hwan ya che no you see akwati say wo de di kan no wo nkofo ye but obi a wo suspect say wo gidi say wo de line or the asase am obi say bi wa fa kwampa so anya ne concession wo but obi tu obi ya galamsey wo so eno de say nipa no yenjele ne 20 years onko dem 25 years wo Yewura Mahama say bi o chama wo ntumi ono no kura ne concession de ono de onko dem 20 years na say bi wo appointees no mutu galamsey ne de o mu do mu fo mu huni Commander ya de bibia mamre
me da say Frank Adusi Poku na wote nka no na onu say Frank Adusi Poku ha de a more fire enti ordinary na be good na men ka say Darren Brown so aba enti enche bia obeti ono so enka na ko mensansi 20 years imprisonment is too bad. Anyway, kudos to Haji Safia Muhammad, the next MPP regional women's organizer, national women's organizer, or Chese Bawumia Beba, Bibia Be fine. Don't say to back again or say on Monday, 5th April 2027, a sitting member of parliament for Kita and a former minister for trade and industry, Honorable Daniel Agbudapi, was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment by the Accra Fast Track High Court. Lawrence Boache say was senior near the Unity Oil filling station. Also, we pray for the safety of Chairman Woon to me. Also, an appeal will follow for justice. The trial is politically motivated. Happy birthday to my father, Paul Boache and son. And Don Setonsu Bisayen say, in the Fourth Republic, Yenche regional chairman and I say party athlete and I say party person be a nemo ye ministers no Bisayen Minister of State any ubia or party juma when an emu drew anani konso anani kojo konsu the NDC should stop the sabotage. Or see Dumso is with us. They should get to work for the various institutions and homes into your chest on the Dumso no hano and Golden Boys are now so chest or Mampontain and no say the court has made a decision. Chairman Woon to me sentence of 20 years. Who say Manu D or Chair Honorable Eric Opoku. All right. Sabri, last one. Good evening, Sammy. I was watching you live from Kokoso News side near the 4BN military barracks. Now, Ochia Professor Smart Sapon of Kumasi Technical University. Darren Pra.
Senior.
Now here. Right. The MPP from the reactions. Oba with T. Franca. Omochese won't to meet actually they're politically motivated. There are a lot more persons from here galamsi and so yen fromo niachuomo womo party num in the first place. I mean, I would say here Jelly Chairman won't to me 20 years. What was the reaction? And minorities press conference on my Justin could be say won't to me a political prisoner. Where they purely politics in the action I jail in 2 minutes kitab into the match na jail no. Afenyo mark in Susuaka say so here 1992 constitution now article 19(2)g. Say we be court. Na ne lawyer or no akuma mo do no gini di enka ne ho a yen sentence no. And the reference Chachuchikata versus the Republic 2020 that's 2016. So be kai okwa appeal bi Emma court ne jenen tumu. How do you juxtapose the two? Any semenesi?
Medasi na mechia me party regional chairman na kwesi na
chairman na kwesi meso mechia no
ai na ojo sopa
agenda no wana
agenda be
na kwesi
hey tell me about 1 minute 1 second Frank me nim party
o me nka party agenda na kwesi na make
hey anya me ka ho tie na kwesi must be retain hey anya me bom captain tintimba
na okuka
na mokuka se wa woni me say koka kra dem go double ban kejua
on say
uni ayo
commander
Frank
commander nyamye ni muma
enti one day say Frank ko regional chairman of MPP na obi bia obabi na me say there be intimacy. Relationships are relationships.
The neutrality be any.
There be udi onu akudi hine awako neutral.
Chama wuni ma de
Mesa bwache uni akudi hine ye neutral.
Chama commander na misra. Say muso waja ni mu de na mo de manu atum say chama
chairman Nana Kwesi Augustus Andrews chairman 38. Chairman 38.
Moka bi ewu ti mo kan party fo nyina unsampa nsamtwefo kra agina tu say you
need the trajectory of NDC successes from 2020 to 2024 elections. Look at the map.
or the free 2 MPs in Ashanti region. Or the end, or my 7 more MPs, meaning 9 MPs. Or the election, in Ashanti region, by anywhere, Ghana see a team under the Fourth Republic, NDC are crossing beyond 26%. 26%. 2024.
2020 munya say.
2020 almost 28%.
28. And at 2024 munya say.
34.6%.
How many percentage digital increase? Would you calculate now?
Sure.
It doesn't really happen.
There be our deep part in a bedroom.
It's not question the funny niagro.
There be. Na me na achievement when nyina kura na kwesi sa wa ho brase no. Ya wo be kɔ ho no party for so ra ho no num obetie obi asem. Nipa se ne wo se ama ne di party nanim no wachichi party for re. Obi ho a wa hwe yi a asem a wo problem so ko be sa di bi aka ho. Mana na kwesi de se ne mehu no. Wo kai say MPP for yi regional minister ejadi former so omaye school feeding na sikane mba no omo ko ka kire si mo say mensa wa ka chem say fuck off wo say di mother tem kwa me man re wo yi o ka fuck off nyina wo wo ka say fuck off marafaka no ntimi anka o ka fuck off enti na kwesi de what the was some corner was sending a tea be obenya botre. That is how the NDC we are noted for. Dabi tina na kwesi die na kwesi die what the no na what the asem still maintain
5 minutes 10 minutes I
10
minutes na wa use for na
kwesi asem wa make no enu ma me to ma wa ne say wonu ya wo ha o ne say na wusu
na enkomo ho yem kwasem no so
Uya mama to ya sapo nyimra ama o how ne sense na kwesi beta atraso.
Matthews Bafo say I am very very sad today. God is watching all of us live from Atonsu near the Queen's Hospital. Not is a Matthews Bafo ono ne ra hu yipa. Na Rama Apiaje and so say good evening to you commander and the crew. Rama Nyankopon enka ho. Mpacho yenti you Darren.
Senior. MPP makana and Pembebre say MPP amanyuku no. You have to be on principle to be able to be a stout member of the MPP.
Why and how?
Wamu kanu kure. Wamu nyinu kure ntum. If that flip-flopping attitude enye etu anyoku hu etu odiem enye MPP ni yabone ni ekokande ya political persecution. Now so sabone kro no NDC ni ye dia yemfa ne nkotum nitia honorable Frank Edusipokwa asem okan ya ne ho ye me nwanwa say wuntumi wo ono ani all concessions you had na kotum how can you say that? Did you listen to yourself when you were talking? Obi ono akwaje ne license ewo Minerals Commission akwaje ne license solely approved by the minister.
Kadia Frank Kaya or say nowhere in the judgment any can say won't to Minankasa aye illegal mining on the said concessions. But on yes, I can.
Dabi, none was some to now or no concession to be true.
But that's a fact.
I am saying that neighbor. Don't interject. Me we are no abem. Won't to me as someone okay, so can say that won't need no correct. So what can say to me now on the concession and na kotunwa. Na person just say Ghana ha will be anken kaya want here except you. Ghana ha Yemra Criminal and Offences Act 1960 Section 18 MIN unlawful entry to a property. One say we will be fie na nipa no ukoni fie na yet no boat to a defense and say, oh, me fear about me or me man.
Okay,
we're found ready. Under the guise of self protection.
How do you connect
unlawful entry to a property? A Ghana
But judgment yanka baby as well enter.
Me can semba.
Okay. But menchia obu ene ne namfofo amokro from esewani yesimuti enenwumre from Nana Ken of the MPP. Nti obu ne namfofo amokro from esewani enenwumre enhwe chiamu. Darren to as well.
Yeah. Or say. When per judgment when summary na wa na amudi amaye no. Me can baby. Or say the court found that the absence of minerals approval was not disputed. The evidence from the Minerals Commission outlined the approval process, while the accused persons admitted that no such approval had been obtained. And a good year from the young man there, and who can say me was say all our lands and mineral resources are vested in the president. And answer no be to a good young woman. And you remember say some Minerals Act Nana Akufo-Addo na say ye homra emia be ne say afedie he will be the last person to give authorization. That is Amendment Act on the Minerals Act. And a man confort me who forest kodi galamsey no. Minerals for minerals activity, mining activity. And then he said, "You will ra assassin or miner dear, yeah, you no say president in Russell. Why you to more court or say the accused persons, which wound to me was part? Say, a coin of first will go to a good year was summer boy reserve forest, no, not only permit. We. No one in here. Or see, no, maybe can its interpretation is that.
If I now only
page 3.
Page 3.
Page 3.
Which paragraph?
Oh, this is
which paragraph?
No. Me pacho TM. Asamo American hair reporter speech pacho TM.
Paragraph be ani nya
Paragraph 3. When am I no? Paragraph 3.
Page 3.
First paragraph.
Page 2
page 3. Page 3 first paragraph.
Page 3 first paragraph.
Yes.
Probably we have to start from page 2. Assignment of mineral rights. Page 2.
Yes.
Assignment of mineral rights.
Okay.
Or say on count 1 and 3 relating to the unlawful assignment of mineral rights. Without approval from the minister responsible for lands and natural resources. The court held that the prosecution had established all the required elements of the offense. And he's talking about the fact say chairman to me any akonta mining at the assignment of mineral rights without the approval of the minister ama Mr. Henry Okum. This is my understanding.
Yes.
So simple.
I don't know. Maybe do you have the right to assign mineral rights? It is sold in the sole preserve of the minister. Emran Yakano.
And to one case won't mean a TC quiet and quiet galamsey. They didn't womb because Semiti hey, now Mr. Boachisi hey, now me assassin Mr. Boachisa won't quiet Juma and Asamabahu. And to me, Mr. Boachi, Mina man, quite quiet Juma. Now, one has the court, Nick can say. Na mimi ni to me say medi assassin ma Mr. Boachia ono a oye minister na and ono na bibia hye ne nsem no oni hu e fa ne say oni hu approve na say wa ma me kwan say menye sa ade no
eye mra wa tomra
me ji uchi me say wa tomra
no ya ka emramu a and for information yes be am can say me communicator me a trained certified arbitrator. It's minimum Ghana mrem. Just that me nyalo me pato ya motra. Me treo. Intina me treo me legal knowledge.
Intellectual dishonesty.
Me pato ti meba. Ye wadie bi a ye friend say capacity. Ye wadie bi friend say capacity. One dey we di kai intellectual dishonesty me bomu to kura treo. Ye wadie bi a friend say capacity in law. What is your locus in the matter? Capacity any kind of locus no. Ade na wo dey ma no eye wo dey a edi kan.
No, me
don't interject me. Me flow.
Sorry.
I've listened to you.
Sorry, boss. Sorry.
Assassin, I want to me allocate me the third party. I want to me there. Some boy forest reserve forest no ɛyɛ wontumi dea daabi ɛyɛ akonta mining dea daabi.
They were having a lease, Akonta Mining,
yes,
as a legal entity, had a lease of the said land that you can was
no. And so be by mining activity we more as established. And when the grantee.
The minister.
Was it?
The minister.
The minister.
I'm a right, so I am mining.
And to the money before fraud. What does the law says?
I am from so. No, I am from so.
Yeah, can law.
But and also no. Yes, Darren, they all can hear right.
Yeah, right.
But and also no, we equal submission. Say no, yeah, galamsey wo concession. No, entirely.
No,
and to get it right.
Instead because Obi making an analysis. O the man don't see. They will move to crew. But who try who be some questions alongside master team flow no. But
when you make a statement in so any in line, I was who can't see and read it there. Yeah, all direct here no. And it now can I say baby
already here baby I mean other line one can rule. We just established
but yes still no in the document any about chairman won't to me quite do say one kasa ne koye galamsey.
What I'm saying is that room to me
yema e hono de
anyama wo ye no wo hono and no who kwadu ne de abono and a court no establish say in but without approval no to us say the court found out that the absence of minerals approval was not disputed. That's say one say obi be ma minerals approval say obi a activity no ye bo kwadu say you didn't have the authority to do so no would you to Amra. Niatoso, okay to us. I said the evidence from the Mineral Commission outlined the approved procedure, while the accused persons admitted that no such approval had been obtained. The Mineral Commission should be dance here. Say ansana onipa be yes adwuma no. Obenya 2 media yes adwuma no mpo.
We hear Minerals Commission.
Minerals Commission e so ye kwaya faso. Ni paso e bo ni kwadu so agi atum sampa sa kwaya na manfaso wasa afon. Ntidi ebiem e na woka. The allegation was never contested. Kwadu e de bo won so no, won mo ankasa ya bo mo kwadu bone. The judge said, I say the accused admitted that no ministerial approval was received. What's a tiamra? It's a 15,000 count, 1,005 count,
that be asset count.
Oh, it's
now 15,000 count. 15 years.
It's every step of the process. Over from it's cross examination. Oh, we don't know our big panel cross examination. On 2 minutes. Or say first information court no see a camera the constitution operates in twofold, the substantive law and the procedural law. Now aya court no crap the procedural law no more than the substantive law because procedure na chance wa from na wa then one from nti procedure na ye de adwuma no one call that procedure no pe null and void eno na achi chama wuntumi na Akonta Mining eno opanyin wo ka ho no. Nti say lawyers nyina wo ho ni nyina wuji tum sampa we need rights and the right is vested in the state which is exercised by the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. One also the crat about bonten say dwumadie na wudi ni pom ho no you don't have the right. And also court in the best hwe the gravity of profit when you free such illegality nim. Emo wakwa so o some money laundering anka ho.
I didn't hear about money laundering.
Say because money laundering comes in as a base crime.
How?
One, you can't money laundering now. Some year unlawful activity now generating income, mama me. Now what they are called top property. We are lodging the money.
And Darren, the Okin Kai Ninano, I acquired Bofo no ensema and in time saw the Kobo court no say when you quite do the bottom I want to me. Okay. In his defense,
yes.
Also no, you run here friend Henry Kuno. What the assassin man say one quiet reclamation. one farm man is on quiet galamsey.
I mean, catch us a reclamation. You so don't have the authority also to do that. Chairman. I'm not going to make catch us. To me, it's not an institution.
Let him progress. Yes, I am point tro.
What make you submission? I'm punching the flaws in your submission. So allow me. On my way, minerals activity biano emrada home. It is will be a quick galamsey power was so. Now per se, you reclaiming land no. You are buying what the best regulations. I buy a bemau, I buy a bemau, I buy anything I want to mean your coin or man have a beer first my coin. You need to go to government for permission and why you're crying for crying in your dear. We are not here, ni probate me law of negligence better. Until processes near dear Bibia, until idea see and they want to me a violation of processes.
Okay. Violation of processes. Okay.
And I do want to make a job baby away.
Okay.
And Timo being Casse, Sabio, and this Yaban Yatata, no,
almost a more time opponent. Wow, Samusmon Crawford, AAB, now money two or more, now money or money or hope, no more than the Amusha Duncan.
Omodiano, they should. Only a friend to the court. They have lawyers who are also friends to the court. Got more evidence. No more for NDC near all two galamsey and court.
What happened to Abangani Yamina, Attorney General Kase, Yoku for her more activities in vis a vis?
The MPP can write based on and under the authority of
or party in the Wabem, wanting who be beer.
Say Yoku for we are. On bet me the about bonting.
And you go for me, or match it.
And under the ITI bill, no, Trakoma Yoku. So open the findings.
Okay.
Me pacho tie me. You a free you a free so okay. Was say mo go for the two galam say no nya dia umbe jai ne umbe jai ne kira na mu de lusu aba. So mo go for na you a free say. Wa mo stop e wo mo no. Did you arrested them? Are you a free year? And if you just MP,
what question is will be a bar or arrested or more to galam say, I'm free the opposing party. And you also so train now also about power. Once what bar arrested to galam say what this party. You are not there, Waba. When yam rabin tansa be the agina so at the abo will be the no cotton. Do also bar. That also be power.
Mr. Watching, what Nasi Achobem, Tidarin Fessy, now Mr. Watching, just a can run as a mammy.
The issue of
ye time near her calculation, I want to work power frank.
Nana question quite a
ye time near her, Yao Frank Rakazapa, because they now can name it, Nebisu, I'm no Yadin Tino, Fessy, I am called
this year. Now we can fair trial.
Yes.
At the end, a see trial process.
No one said you did Chachuchi Kata. Koshi Mwana ni lawyer and Kanahono. Nanka attach yesre. Say Nedi and Konya available. Until command and comra. Nanko no one casa grant. Na chese hook or court. So court now judge. Crack and Ulea crack and Mamura. Here, Emra, you call Brazil 2014 walker by am. Kokan see me at no call. Commission of Inquiry. Na appeals court judge. Any other judges to ho. Na lawyer Tiki. Any Samson Ladi aye ni nusu judge na minchenu. Na more confidence you. Edi amefi. Enti omo chese. Ye di biya ye chachuchi kata. Justice Afraid Jeli na mrana ni cancel ni no. That was in 2003. 2016. Papa na the assembly court. Emma appeals court jeni di anu tumi se enye proper se ho council of choice. Onu na etwitwa age wo odi ho na yesi yemfa nkotum enti na afenyo ma kenka no he made reference to it
the entire maker say they are just being disingenuous
that enye no krobi no moka
na bi okay we to are go there can fair trial two processes leading to the trial and the trial itself through a cross examination na when your legal representation through ye we ama lawyers aye written submission bibia ye we enye ye be do judgment na ne link as ka say wa twene mo afrim
He appointed another one.
Another one now who appointed has also been part of the processes leading to.
Judgment.
Lawyers do not dictate to the bench.
But the bench also sometimes consider requests from lawyers. And be them defense counsels, be them prosecutors.
I quite remember say, go to man date for judgment, is being weeks.
Some time now, yes.
Some time now. It will be BS. I would lawyer, would client in a way, pa, sad than on quad dear. Over sacrifice, per se. Oh, no, say to me, my court to the court, no judgment. No,
now this red deal, the court.
And I say, what this red deal, no, and yet, court say court to beg to me because already was 30 dates. And two will be here, and you cut 2-3 days. 16th to 20th,
Darren.
Senior, and you man say. Who the was some now for some way a life and death matter. Or clients no here so much ya. At the end I will train.
I say, ain't you know question I'm one mama baby for them one team in say. And now Yachi will be make us say in the fight against Galamsey. Will be a Yachi and move do ye penny. What happens next? And Tokwana ye kono Galamsey and Tokwana ye kono. The Akaye nimno a crime ben ye befaso. Near the account because he said the quite may be ain't a mouth for baby your money no masum baby a galamsey and galamsey no a tray of Wishia ain't ye how system no bet it's your more macano na your time because galamsey the ubia so enya papa rama appear Jesus commander. I want to be clear here please. What was wound to me a worker at Akonta mining so utie court now or say, although acknowledging that a company is a separate legal entity from its shareholders. Court needs to me say, so there's circumstances surrounding this case. A Quantum Mining corporate view, no, not just a company non-casa legal entity, no. You bet me ye because also here Quantum Mining now, quite more fast running now. Board of directors who or say they did not operate through a functional board of directors. And just Bibiana could do to me some. And for your information, a Rabina Apiaje court nature say Bibi a course of decision be a contaminating take no or the whole answer in about chairman to me because to them to the court now contaminating shed near functional board of directors because board of directors they can't see any see into a honor answer no and yes sir.
Sina, what on my bed? 30 seconds, Pacho, whatever. What we say, Sina Pacho, whatever, 30 seconds. Oh, now make up procedural laws. So what the board no will role plays in a company to ensure the company applies the rules of regulations.
Right.
It is a what the company. Now the board nears in Papani. Now I will run affairs. Our process they don't know.
Okay.
Procedural errors a bit me actually they don't know.
Right. That means I say. Don't say to you no. Say please. Let us not forget about whom to miss aid. One Andy and the former CEO of Akonta Mining, I think a crook no can say, who turned into state prosecution witnesses and testify against their own boss, Chairman Wuntumi. Not just say, Omumbe testify against Chairman Wuntumi, and no one and no. Richard Menu not so happy with Darren Pride and one also did in the Abba say Wuntumi has been jailed for just political equalization, or say it is a scare waiting for the future to respond. And the number for can be brave. Said the Nessie that send a name because Schiffman was somewhere in the world. And also this jail sentence for Chairman Wuntumi is very sad and unspeakable. In fact, the future of judicial delivery under the incoming Baumia government will be lovely. Ochia Asanteman Koka and Chairman Nana Buache. That's Henry Nana Buache, Nana B. Nana B. the Mr. Montoya now we made the first vice chairman, Breo, or some party in 26 years in here, and not form. Co Mensa Upila 2, no, see 2029, Dr. Baumia be the president. 20 years imprisonment. Too much. Mr. Wachi,
Commander,
round 2 on the same matter.
Nka ohwem pa de anka round 2 no. Ka wasa me de ka your friend is saying regional tribunals na ya pass home bill rano kano pa na wasa mbeka ba we no amentente ho kakra bi we no
fani mi no bomo 10 minutes nti
de di ka no na minu ya frank e ka bibi se oba na me ka bibi no free say menyamunti aseye.
Okay.
That is not true.
Right.
I was only reading what the judge said.
Okay.
And then yemi amajune na America anyway. Was say assigning right without ministerial approval. In Tansa judge no they born to me. Na we jere no na America. Mr. Assembly mini.
And Frank no all along na small can say. Chairman won to me as a person. Nowhere in the judgment any ebo ni din say ono akasa koye galamse wa.
Na no de menene ya adwene pa. Eno kra na me beka nti pe de darin e ka no. Ntansa nkasa ye de abowu ntumi ajeli no enye galamse so akotu galamse. Na emum procedure eda ho se ye de asase we ya ma wo se ye adwuma we wo so. Se wu tibia ma obi no nso aye bibi wo so wo so obebo panimpanimfo amane eno na wa anye nti eno ehu je tem eno enye anke bia nipa no bibe susu se samfom so we die enka ne asotwe we die enka nko
nipa na wo ne chema wuntumi so yi adwuma wo so kodi abanya fa se wo kodi adanse abo aban no wo so no hwe a
wo de say right from the word go no wo to wo ho ase se asem no nipa no wo di na chi no obedifo enti wo atwe wo ho kwa aban side enti
no enye Judas ebi mu che say Judas behavior
say enipa no woni say me boss no
wo na one ne koba na asema ba
eze club adu say ana nkroma ministers ne baako ne nkroma asoma na okuro bi so na kwa me nkroma asoma na okuro bi so ene ye eku etu nkroma ene wo ba nti oduru Ghana no oduru airport ona so jafo gina ono mbuza say cool no what do you think about it so I am briefing a new fresh of air in Ghana. Oh, why nkroma minister pa o enso oduru Ghana na ogitu mu se ku no mom ye dai eye ogitu mu se ku no ye no ya nya ne hwe enti those two guys ana ni sa ni pa no a no mo kan ntumi ho mo ne na ye ni bibia na akirei o mo gitu mu se ye hunu se ye wura na obedifo enti ye akọ support state no ne ya bo ntumi charge no I don't think say
papa na okana
emremu ya dayo omo hwe
papa na okana
morally adom ye omo anyim omo pani na ma
enkoma minister na abo ni de friend Alex Kwinsaki
very good
Alex Kwinsaki
so enti morally omo anyim why you pani na ma ebi kro no na bo man sakwa no but legally no so far as ya omo nu omo ko support to state no there is nothing anybody can do to them.
And he was Nkrumah's foreign minister.
Nkrumah's foreign minister.
Alex Kwinsaki.
Fan wo kan ya anya no. So enti we no mo de no. So far as ya omogitu mu ntem bi kura untumi na mu no kura no right from the word go no ya didn't answer no to no so no ogitu mu ntem and we say oh ani ade am ye mom ye mama sase se me na mintuma ne no ba twa me twa bi ma obi so no so enye so galamse no onya sika o de abaye reclamation aduadua nkubedi ade no ma anye ne yie enti e bi am mfa nkyem na hu ka bi akra ka mo nsese mam na mintua enka bi ya ma meduru de bi duru so enti de Frank kan ye no eye no kre se no kre untumi anye ono ankasa anye galamse bia but the darren so kan so ye no kre se procedure ye se fire adwuma no wa anya dai wa mfa so na mum de me bekai pa na ehu
okay ene hu
na ehu pa sa Ghana for ya hweni ya nyame amoa yen ya yensa besi fam se de ekoso wo Ghana ha ne se obi nchini nua mfa ne nua ntum
se unua ye bone a
obi nua ye bone a wo nimpa so onka se bi na wo kan ya darren ma wo answer you wo see nim NDC fo bi a wo bo mo di se
but nim se wo attorney general akuritingi krama be ma ho order
anya yoko but ya friend say
my yoko
prosecutor is it not special prosecutor?
Special prosecutor.
Why? Was it special prosecutor? Meaning say they know pass party members way but they will never prosecute them unless one knows how party never so now who different party won't so bad no prosecute them because no buy or no prosecute to Crawford to just a one so that be nyame buana ba won't so be prosecute to Crawford and no and can we see it mean not that moral right and say my better now so as Ochwejanka party Ochwejanka party ma yem fom so nyina so metwe omo aso se de metwe adankoma aso no ma betena so as odabo party odabo party ma nyina yem fom so no metwe omo aso eti se de metwe me opposition flag na so but enti sa e wa MPP ni ndis ntem so ya MPP ni na edi boni a se sa fom so we kwaso no nyina no na do even the president himself eba be ka kire yesa akontaban ni is not doing any illegal money on to mrebia.
But that's true.
But na mrebi wo ha no what?
No.
It shows the president to have told us that. Mrewe na no what?
Frank me pa chocho. Bibia.
What's your name no?
You kan ya no de bia chocho. Why? Mr. Trotu, onye sase kan avia mpon.
Obi okro tike mo ya wo.
Oh, there be Trotu.
There be na say so yeba studio na say obi kasa no kasa we ya say.
Hello,
ma me ansa wa. Na ne discussion e be mfa so be na so. Nti na hu yin ase ye nka na e be free free abakro. Nti de me kire ne say se no ye papa o, se no ye boni o, ne party mpanimfo ba ye dey e be defend no even including the former president.
Yes.
And
President the cancer contaminate
the other side is from bar. Almost wakuna die bia no ya. Almost free say na nya no die. Omo ka ye.
Okay.
Omo anka ho asem. Saa no chine bi we mu so ba. Ebe enam no na me kire say. As an independent person, independent analyst, no me kire say. Enya ma wo man Ghana say yes ah.
All right. I can't play minutes.
The only person who would jelly on one party muni or boama ye jelly on one party muni power. The president you tesu say here. I think say it was Abuga Pele.
Or started prosecution.
On a started prosecution and
the conviction na money time.
At least he was able to. The state was able to start prosecution. It wasn't bad.
Yes, I go.
Enti sa practice no say ya nyaye a emwa o man Ghana.
Hello FM.
Aya na eduru ba bia na me advocate sesem kanya me yi adom ne nya third force bia and this MPP nyina be position no be hwehwe o mienu nsemu yi a enka mepe but unfortunately be well.
Quickly on the tribunal now
on the tribunal. The former PNDC era regional tribunals no and the way I know mo faso di nsem ne the way I know mo faso tete Crawford o mkotumu no I don't think says our tribunal here be operating on that tangent.
Okay.
Minim ni
are they necessary?
Operas or operandi and as a modus operandi.
But are they necessary?
Media to media can make us necessary, but obeying they open enforcing on pom de aba. So minim a quite befa so abe operate. Adia yes, I dua ananse ayeden atena so no ai ntekuma nkwatana se entonko ananse die wu ntekuma nkwatana so ntonko adia abada ama nipa bi esu abada man Crawford bi abusuafo ye nam so kunkum wo maje tuntum no me nkai wo constitution mu kura nka me nko akura nka yo se yi firim but wo mo a wo mo hwe o man so se o mo asa de aba na emo me ba bia na me ni minority no enya adwene ne se ade no mu ka ho bi mu wo ho bi eno mu discuss ahu asem enti eda omo ba se nka omo ebeji atumu no se mu mpempo mo ani nye ho kura no a nka go to the parliament house in your numbers na nka mon kasa between 1992 to 1996 commander ne wo MPP for be 60 na wo pa
Hello FM
but no mo kasa ne mu ye den e mu feleso usu ayinom feleso usu e Japan nom na kufu ado mia mi krum kwesi akomi a kire maten ya friend say kandapanum group no sa kunadu aprekunum group no mo parliament between 96 and the year 2000 they did marvelously well By that time, NDC parliamentarian does. By now, so almost minority, but no kasa. Negana 14 years because they research and they were there all the time.
Thank you.
And the parliament need to say
40
and now we are no more passes abili. Most of them pem when in you, woman passes now, Nipa 23.
Eventually, they walked out.
Out of 87, even the 23. No,
eventually, they walked out. Yes, send the name because so many ninjas and ninja.
No one need you, no one knew before some move walk out. No, a dear, yeah, quite when you who person who can be Magana 40 years when you best support. Remember, send an hour or 23. Is that what you say? Out of 87. 40 years, the passage of the bill of the regional tribunals. Is it one pass? All
right,
so and she said, Montana said that when you as minority, I'm one to the government on his toes. Namu from what or my Ghana. Na kukwasa na moya ne de. Menyini say a beboy. A woman say majority no for no so e bi nko parliament de. But mo dosun. And I'm so dosun nti so mo kwa wu. Ba mo 87. At least we dey nke to kwan kura nke mo be 76 de enko. Na 23 de. And then I and the only thing you could have done was to walk out, and they walk out, and they walk out. No, they have passed it.
May I say?
And the regional tribunal says, "Saba."
Prince Nana Edu say the NDC should be careful. Obiso de Abase, Alex Kwesi Saki, or the uncle of justice. Anyone who hear me, Yanko Frank. Bacho Mintiu.
Yo, Commander Mpacho.
Also, so, Papa, if 11 minutes, in Mama 11 minutes. 11 minutes, Papa,
the kind. Minya can send me. Now, I need to correct him.
Darren, okay.
Osha counts now. They convicted Chamawuntum na A6.
Yes.
But according to the judge, the original so, the convicted to me personally, the 3 and 6.
Okay.
Commander, count 3. Assignment of mineral rights without approval, contrary to section 14(1) and section 99(2)(b) of the Minerals Act and Mining Act. 2006 Act 703 as amended by Section 3 of the Minerals and Mining Act, Amendment Act 2019 Act 995.
Right.
Ebacho and only one counter original so. Say or they we no ma a different company without recourse to the minerals the minister. Count 6 or say purposely facilitating an unlicensed mineral operation contrary to section 99(2)(b) of the Minerals and Mining Act, 2006 Act 703, as amended by section 3 of the Minerals and Mining Amendment Act, 2019 Act 995. Me say can be
okay.
In the full judgment, there is nowhere in the judgment in say Chamawun to me epugalamsi. It is a fact.
A fact.
2. Dear Asamoah judge ni jina so.
Assign, transfer or mortgage offense and minerals and also the High Court dismissed several arguments raised by the defense, including the claim that the phrase otherwise deal with in the Minerals and Mining Act should be narrowly interpreted alongside words as assign, transfer and mortgage. The court also rejected the argument that the absence of written argument weakened the prosecution's case, holding that informal arrangements could still attract criminal liability.
And no informal arrangement will still attract a criminal liability. Meanwhile, in criminal prosecution, the prosecutor must prove beyond every reasonable doubt.
Okay. In the eyes of the judge, Ufilisa.
A prosecutor no prove beyond every reasonable doubt.
No,
that is where the problem is.
Okay.
Because the bad they know is on the prosecutor.
HELLO101.5FM. Right.
There was no oral, there was no written agreement between Chamawun to me and that company. No, case won't go recommendation. No. Judge no basing the evidence on basing the judgment on circumstantial evidence.
Okay.
I am running yeka. I'm entering because there's a reasons are judge ne diaba looking at Article 19(1) fair trial. Any sign your manema we I just ask
I said, judgment, you declare planning what them answer be.
Frank Tiwena Koso, Jazz Kokuvite held that the accused allowed Henry Okum access to the concession number 1 and undertook mining operations without approvals required under the Minerals and Mining Act number 2. Or see, the court also found evidence of deliberate facilitation, citing testimony that Chairman Wuntumi introduced Okum to a person who assisted him in acquiring an excavator for the operations.
Number 2, excavator there. Reclamation you use excavator. As I mean, and I make us say, okay, judgment now. What do you want to say? Any person say me the idea ma Mr. Boachi. So on reclamation was assassin so. And then Mr. Boachi ako and wo ye galamsey was assassin so.
My excavator come on.
What excavator or the year
reclamation.
What yes one for or the year galamsey. Wo see Mr. Boachi abeka say me na me man kwan say won kwan ko ye galamsey enti me bi jelu. Circumstantial evidence who based on the Mr. Boachi aka. Abra, there is no written agreement. There is no formal agreement. Agreement ben na wo say what prove this is an evidence say what prove beyond every reasonable doubt. Say evidence in here say won to me deliberately that any Mr. Boachi so on go to galamsey wan asase so. Ebi ni ho. And I make say me adisi bokwa metie. I'm not against obi sebi say and sase na ye chi no.
Okay.
But you see, if it must be done, it must be done well.
Right.
Yanwe ani set a dangerous precedent at all. Say na me ma example. Say per mineral per your constitution article 257(6). Yes say ya good ye nyina de ama o mampanyi. Ghana mampanyi nyina nim da ama mines o de ama ninua. Edi o kira bi sa ban foforo ba na say bi o da ama mines no obi galamsey for be mema bi awura so ye galamsey a ye won kwan se jeli Ibrahim Mahama. Is that the president we are setting? Is that the president of mine here setting at all? Say be won to me evidence won to me to galamsey won to me a sense say no kwan and you see where who read the company law. You see a company is distinct from each owner.
Right. But in this case, court they say I am lifting the veil.
Crime ben na court no fa so veil no free so. To teach am won.
Sam ran now kan no ya good nipa no ma ya fi. And na court they say the other akata the nim no.
Ade na judge no e fa ya yi sa ma ya fi no gu ntai to teach am won to me. You see there are so many loopholes in this judgment. But me dey make nyina ne say yenuanom ensem omukan mitie minua Jackson ensem a okan nyina obeso o justify kan ensem nyina say wuntumi to galamsey na Mr. Boachi kan sembi sebiona na do dan kokufo ado asem na okan no commander how heard judgment na that 56 pages document and judgment na it's there.
Right.
Say akonta mining never engage in galamsey.
Okay.
Enti asem na okufo ado kan no judgment na nkasa no was sign na akufo aduti.
All right. But judgment so actually say assign, transfer or mortgage minerals and deben to a party without approval from the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. No.
Assign na wokan. Me say ade no manfa many panis on from
galamsey. Okay.
And I will say the nipa no momu kase me na me de man so on galamsey.
Nti na Henry Okum na chema wuntumi eka say reclamation and no koye galamsey and no koye ka che court ne say chema wuntumi ne man ho kwan. It is your word against my word.
So the burden was not on chema wuntumi.
Hello. All right.
The burden was on the prosecutor. On the evidence on the witness which Mr. Henry to prove that indeed chama wuntumi man kwan say won koye galamsey. Because in criminal trial burden of proof a need accused person.
Right.
I on the prosecutor.
Clearly, Judge Justice Kokuvite. Onu wonya adwene enti na wa ni.
And I make us say, we are interrogating the judgment.
Of course.
But
you are a budding law student, up and coming lawyer. Alternative dispute resolution expert.
Judgment na
aba. And I'm a street side lawyer, market side lawyer.
Now okay na here commander anode na me de say the maka no you see the ekos organ ha ye nyina ye again say ye nsase be say ye gudie be say
nsase ne de
ye say no enna na Mr. Boachi bisa say wa ye wura mampanyin wa waka say unkofo to galamsey ye wa ha ana Attorney General actually letter koma Yoko Minia Jackson say ye pa ye fa out yan koma Yoko kyerɛ sɛ wɔn de mfom ho
ɛnna yɛ mene na nya adwene
sɛ yami mu bɛsɛ yɛn nsase asɛ wɔn nsu a wɔn yɛ mu parliament wɔn mfa ho sɛ aho yɛ MP bɛtu galamsey ama ahemfo atwa mogya agu no so a wɔn ɔyɛ NDC ni nti wɔn mfa ho
wonim bibi me was this position from eneko me we DC we MP particularly we DC we MC we regional minister we mayor na baby a we mayor no you tu galamsey wo ho a President Mahama should fire you
ɛne say am akɔ ne bedi kai
Darren asema me kai ho say you use that principle we are ho and komo a ye di mention man tema hwehwɛ mo sem no they will sit up
na me ka kyerɛ wo sɛ commander me kai say me betena ha e kan sa asem we kyerɛ wo say the fight against galamsey na ye ni nyina na say ye nye serious as oman because so DC bia KPI o ka kyerɛ ne sɛ anase ya amend the Minerals Act no ne ye ka sɛ wo a ye behu galamsey wo jurisdiction bia no ye be make sure ye be jeliwa ana ye be di odwuma afiri nsama jabi commander o betena sɛ jurisdiction ye metu galamsey obi ani ho
nananom me chia nananom Ghana House nananom ni me na me ukosie mu azo kanom ne yempanyfo di nyina mo so yetu galamsey no masase so ama mo so ma nya
commander in this case somehow the chiefs are powerless.
Okay I won't go into any argument with you your time now so
the chiefs are powerless because omuni to me no to stop it
but the chiefs can apply political pressure
also
the chiefs can apply political pressure
and that discretion no one ho
o mpacho nti nansen ya sawotia wo buy wa site say example na DC adujama dia no mo kan o say President Mahama DC no na de ne buy be fa no MP ne ye ne buy 2028 ya de eko what me say this is enough communication from the chiefs
yes
enti me no nko ho argument chiefs they have a part to play say ye mindful ne nananom sorry a who are the politicians are the politicians on meeting nananom
media de meka kire nuamu nyina ne say
Hello FM.
Mi so mu brebre.
But your time na pa ho sifo.
Minka se omu wu a o ma fa yenko. Mi da mi so mu brebre. Na ebrebe so.
We are sofu bia na we madam for me man frɛ me. Na kana na no so na o mu bo galamsey fo ni dua na o mu wu ro for fa ko mu nyai. Aso be gala ye bo dua wo be jai.
Commander.
Bo dua mo wo be jai.
Commander regional tribunal.
Hello FM.
Time ni nyina.
Oh 90 minutes na dia asem.
Time na so.
3 minutes.
20 ma.
Oya ma 30 seconds.
Mpacho. My money 2 minutes.
Commander. O hwɛ ye constitution na article 1421 about the establishment of regional tribunals. But o hwɛ ya mambre ba ya because of experience bi a ye nananom ye maame no fa mu emire bi atwa mu so bi ti ade defend tribunal no kra
na le machine no
enu nti tribunal ye ba ye no from 1992 ye mfa nya adwuma o man yi mu
ana nka wasa mo hwe na free constitution
o hwe constitutional review committee na constitutional review committee no o mu recommendations o mu dia come on mampanyi e kan say Sadia way must be expunged from the constitution. Yes, ye free constitution.
Okay.
Now, Mampani, what the constitutional review committee? Akukuro Maisika. At the Amomudia Juma. One of the recommendations, they say, Sa article 142 na way constitution munu. Yen free. Na ya announce sorry. Was a me mrako me ba betete tribunal. Na sebe na yewura John Dramani mama e dey no do man yikoi na da Ghana ya to amana na Ghana ya to ma yewura Mahama na commander you see ade ehun ni say sa tribunal we no pe emra na wa ha no yes esi yi one judge ya pa e betimi ayi two people e beka judge no enipa mienu o beka judge no mu nya lawyers
they are off
commander
respectable reputation.
That is and also subjective. Commander,
but your time now.
Now we are na criminal trial. Ebeye den obi atena oni any nimdia ba criminal prosecution. No aka say yenko jelu. Me was nipa mienu no mu nimra ho nimdia no. E kan asem a adwin ko benkrom na ba ko wo mra ho nimdia no kra na wo mu nya adwina. Wo mu dia no mum estande.
All right.
Na even ye kwa so
Frank, another day for this topic. Political party, we must be court, they should keep fighting. Darren, 55 after 9. Ube 2 after 10. Say a fair. 55 after 9.
2 after 7 minutes. So I can say
okay, and about 10 minutes near Mpo.
Okay.
10 minutes.
Aye.
Mr. Saibedi Ako Abetco Company Limited. And say, Mr. Saibedi Ako say the NDC should be careful. Mr. Saibedi Ako Abetco name me Nana Bwaje Rasnanes. Mr. Saibedi Ako say the NDC guy is speaking the way he is speaking because his party is in power. But when the table turns, his comments will be different. Nana Bwaje Rasnanes so say Asante Achimhidim and I say to all short memory citizens, if the procedures were a failure, why the unnecessary sentence? Okay, what was the deal or the abandon? Sabre Dari
Yanko. Text message in the middle 56 so into other 10 6 so I don't know 10 minutes there
Yanko 10 minutes.
Senior, medasi. Mamichia wa unu yasi me ba minchia o mano. Chairman Afayam or say ba minchia o.
Any. Still maintain.
Still maintain. I want to still maintain we share so. KJTR MD. Chairman Afayam share so constituency chairman. Still maintain.
Oh, messing 2 minutes na free.
Oh, so we do 10 minutes in the everybody be awada ma fun. Ai, na me san chia unu apanyin wa na me nya kwan bi. Rekopoku. Oba president. Joma ma wi a ye rekopoku. Ai.
We are Rekopoku.
Hey, nyasa wo kai kra. Ma ja tum den.
Me chief of staff Kasama.
And fatra wa.
And the brother goes do you.
Brajai.
Hello FM.
And I'm Michiano. Mate. Ola bo nyami sha be bia wo bia. Nyamra so abedi guy ni.
Oh, Ghana no odi ni chia o.
But I say,
odi ni chia o.
We have time na pa 10 minutes me da so here. After me twa 1 minute.
Yo.
We pa. Senior. Makacho MPP die. Uja wo mo a kron beka se bi ni ne ba. Mi wa Tribunal, one more tribunal. It is either they don't understand the concept or they are just being mischief about it.
They don't like the traditional antecedents of tribunals in Ghana.
And until it must be subject to parliamentary debate and approval. Yes. Members of parliament.
Oh, but was a parliament formulating from bill into President Bear Sentinel Bear Loa. Omo DJ memoranda from groups and associations.
The other groups
and TUC one of the most integral groups in this country.
TUC but subject to the approval or the disapproval of parliament. All consultations has been held.
Hello FM.
It is a free SHS. Yeah, promulgated 1992 constitution no. Now free SHS article 25. Constitution here and say there shall be according to the strength, financial strength of the state, implement free SHS. And John Mahama starting 20. It took us 13 years and some year implemented that provision in the constitution called free SHS. So it's then established say John Mahama be free SHS progressive free SHS. Nana don't so that was free SHS. It is neither John Mahama nor President Akufo-Addo's baby. It was a constitutional provision that already been written. It took Ghana 30 years and some 80 me.
But every Ghanaian remembers what government really introduced free senior high school.
Free SHS. I will buy Nana buy no na form 2-4 or more movie. Not form 3-4 or more movie. Or starting to form 1. So it was also progressive.
Ghana Nibia car by the buy.
Ghana Nibia or Kamisme Ghana Niam because John Mahama na the buy. And also there's no ambiguity about it. Okay. One day move for a debate on this.
Right.
Let's all prove documents. Me pacho intellectual discussion here.
Yen koye nim.
Enti free SHS da be ba ho no ye be ba san komo no. Eto so mienu ye ka tribunal senior. Enya ade bi ehu esa wo 1992 constitution di bu man article 142 article 143 a tribunal system and also subject to parliamentary debate and approval. Enti yes amra no edition constitution in 1992 no it has taken us 34 years. I think ye diaba.
Why now? I didn't know if
probably afeina ne ho ene ho ehia ebehia abedu na meka free SHS no. It was promulgated in the 1992 constitution about 13 years after. When so about 34 years after it's still relevant in the constitution.
We are marketing expert.
Sure.
Incidentally, I'm also a marketing guru.
Sure.
Mami misao adia e kai wo audience. Adia e kai nipa onu omo di nkita ho ne kai omo yawo e kai omo sakasaka ne basabasa en kai dombi no. Yesan ko fa ba.
There be a senior who no a car would die same running yano. A bimuso ha tribunal no a serve a good purpose, please. It's law. So Sham Rabba, ya betcha. And senior, no question say tribunal na NDC diabano. Tama ya jine constitution di bebu my way. I relevant document to today no. It was enshrined. Nti no bi na akofa bibi free baby diaba. Edi be hu Ghana for. Ye hu here. Right. Maybe that boy mine no. Senior me time no more 4 minutes.
Da yen ko.
Senior mama mi wada ma 4 minutes yen go me wie. Ye hu here.
Next time ba ma won che obi ya o.
Pa cho mate. Ni ya o de ba me 10 minutes no mo na
me bo buga.
Mate. E hu here. Say ebebo enti edition 1992 constitution ni mo. Etinye John Mahama na akofa bibi e de abebe she Ghana kon. E yo man na ne ye chekere no MPP for so wo mo do mo ma me ye ntwere constitution no. En ye trotto ho. Based on the state we find ourselves today, and the court system no, court the brain, some court no, I overwhelm the yentimindi. One of the purpose I can see a better tribunal and say a be free the court. Now handle cases bit say stealing obiako we abancheni ade na ye di tribunal na ma high court one I know crime. Say illegal mining and same way nyina no na more mining one high no illegal fishing na more mining one high no so tribunal na ye ka no enye obi na di bi so obi kon o eye court wa e wo hodada in fact some person be tribunal ne wa process ni di chief justice no article 146 process ni di chief justice no you say assembly for chief justice no and answer a regional tribunal. Timuntias ye and free baby it is in the constitution. Adentinia say ye you opinion bit to say regional tribunal chief justice yen for petition in common president. So what was the mention of the regional tribunal there? A idea constitution him. Everything you say CSR the ebe here CSR the bar and was here the ma parliament. Na parliament bobo ndo so for all the processes. Ejina omani baby ye draw yen hwe ho ne yen timra emfa hwe oman no su aye wo mu ne emfa te ne emfa mra ne emfa som Ghana njem pipi fo mu na ya eye kenkan wo mu kenkan ana se nim na wo mu nim ana se eye boapayo that is up to them because some are lawyers and honorable hey former honorable hey or aspire to be a lawyer and it's a constitution lawyer ni legal student bi answer Bible ba ko e kan ho eye constitution. Nti asema who demonize the process here ya dey be say ya one more try constitution you don't know better than them. Constitution Ghana nyina o nya this for kwala try you me pa cho me ba wasadi abewom o me pa cho me nwie masem pa cho constitution review committee me pa cho listen if you are uncomfortable with legal education please
Hello
let me hear me submission I listen to 15 minutes make us for 10 minutes now we read
open our mic so until we yes only need nkoma me time so me koda o
adie me pa cho this is not being fair and someone make just allow me. It is my time.
The mic insists until you only need nkoma is your own peril.
Adie waka 1 minute time there system Israel. Ya ka asɛm ɔka ACC akwa ma mesan kɔ ho biem sɛ constitutional review committee yɛyɛ constitutional review committee we nya bi before na de court ana na mu refi
Hello
FM the another day baba na time ni ɔka mesa control all those references me kanu kana te so adena yɛde aba no tribunal no ɛbɛboa ama ɔman no crime rate any day PCSC Ghana man man nkrofo te wo ho ase e wo mram na nipa bu ade nipa susu ade na nipa ya ade obadwini nkyirima ene o man no nti ene ye de aba je se de be hu obia e be boa ma court assembly akọ wano
your time na yapon abusuan for yapon
BM ma me kwan na menchia Commander, but you can't mention chairman or the Hukaku appear. In fact, the billboard be a sea and just Anita Hotel anymore. Who said the minor or chairman or the Hukaku? The Miss Lenny say MPP delegates, all better about for regional chairman. I think the constituency executive for no moon, a better Saban, Mr. Monto Mapapano. All right, no bar.
Chairman Darcy, Chairman no. Regional executive.
David send them and they
Mr.
Oh, Commander, they are making an answer. They are making an answer. Sabi ya wadi nyina ho kwan. Ba nyani nyina na fataye. Ghana, your constitutional mamla article 142 no talks about regional tribunal.
Okay.
But because of the affair mununtino, sabi ya baby no since 92 na kofa aba.
Ebusuafo ya de asi ayapon. Na sampan di biaba. Honorable Sampan, the by a chikra. It talks about PNDC Law 78, Public Tribunals, Amendment 1984, and a by 1982, 1983 Constitution, and a day Honorable Sampan Sujina for the first vice chairmanship of the NPP. Enti Mr. Maya Montua Bademano. Na Monkai Henry Nabuachin and Abi 26 years of service to the party. Ono Sujina first vice chairman, Ono Montua Bademano. Emmanuel Kwabna Yeboa brother man. Emmanuel Kwabna Yeboa brother man wo patase. Meme cha ye de si ayeko. Me betina mu hwe eche by Chief Sansim Kwame Nyameche General Manager Hello FM regular host Bohobio.
Hello FM.
If you do not
and so eba no abetwa so enti woni ne ntena.